Hello and welcome to Blythe Ray Business News. Today we're joined by Tim Harrison, who is Managing Director of Australian-listed Ionic Rare Earths. Ionic is developing a rare earths mine in Uganda, but also has a rare earths recycling plant in Belfast, and that's where we're going to start. Tim, welcome back on the show. You've had several very positive announcements recently. Let's start with Ionic Technologies in Belfast, where you've got announcements concerning arrangements, partnerships with Ford, Less Common Metals, the British Geological Society. Tell us about those to start, please.
Good morning, Tim. Yeah, look, tremendous progress we're making in Belfast. The announcements that we put out last week, along with the opening event for Ionic Technologies in Belfast, have been tremendously well received. Last week, we announced a grant from the UK government via Innovate UK, where we've got two programs of work. The first program of work will be looking at developing a feasibility study for a commercial magnet recycling plant in Belfast, with some data available from the British Geological Survey, which will help us map the flows of magnets into the UK, but also the projected decommissioning of equipment that will produce materials for commercial development. The second program, which is a really exciting program, is working in partnership with Less Common Metals, turning our high purity separated oxides into metals. They will then convert it into magnets and provided to Ford here in the UK to develop and test and validate our magnets, or our magnet rare earths, applied in the development of permanent magnets for the development of e-drives at the Halewood facility in the UK.
Can you give us any sense of the scale or any numbers around what you'll be doing with Ford?
Look, at this stage, it is a proof of concept program. So developing and demonstrating the capability to do it, the ability to do it at specification, and working together to understand how we can benefit through bringing this UK-centric supply chain to market. So at the initial stages, it'll provide enough to validate the quality of the magnet rare earths we produce, the magnets being produced from that material, and the performance of those magnets in e-drives that will be developed by Ford Technologies.
Okay, let's turn then to Uganda, to the mining operation. The Ugandan government has just updated its mining and minerals licensing regulations. And you've received support from the Ugandan minister, I think the Minister of Energy and Mineral Development. What does this mean for your Makutu project and its licensing?
Yeah, so we've been working very closely with the Ugandan government over the last 7 months, working through the approvals of the regulations. Obviously, we've submitted all of our documentation for the mining license to be reviewed, and so that's been working through the program in parallel whilst we've waited for the new regulations to be approved and gazetted. That was completed at the end of last month. 2 weeks ago, we hosted the Ugandan minister and a delegation from Uganda out for Africa Down Under in Perth, where the minister has publicly committed to the approval of our mining license. So we wait now for the documentation to be signed off, and we're expecting that very shortly.
You've also announced some drill results from Makutu. How are they looking?
Yeah, look, Makutu is going to continue to get bigger. It's got substantial exploration target out to the east of the existing resource areas that we've already defined, and we've got a new province to the northwest. So we recently announced those results from a RAB drill program, which has confirmed, a substantial mineralisation out to the east. We're waiting for the next round of assays on the northwestern province. And in parallel to that, we've also got the infill drilling, which is continuing on a western tenement, which is focused on increasing the confidence of the current inferred resource up to an indicated resource to support the next mining license application. So, yeah, there's a lot of work happening at Makutu at present.
As I said at the top of the show, Tim, you've had a lot of news in recent weeks from both Belfast and from Uganda. I don't want to seem greedy, but what should investors be looking out for by way of further news in the coming months?
Look, I think we're going to continue to make some significant progress at Makutu. So we're eagerly awaiting the formal approval of the mining license. We've got a demonstration plant that's in construction at the moment also. in Uganda. Today, we've announced the appointment of DRA to help us with the execution and taking Makuutu forward to operations. And beyond that, we continue to look at ways in which we can make Makuutu better. There's several opportunities we're exploring and quite exciting. If we look at Ionic Technologies, I think now that we've got, been able to talk publicly about some of these relationships that we've been fostering over the course of the last 12 months, I do expect that there'll be more to follow, as we do have a lot of engagement and tremendous support from the UK government and local stakeholders in Belfast. So looking to capitalise on that, clearly on display last week in Belfast.
Tim, thanks for the update. Thanks for joining us. That was Tim Harrison, Managing Director of Ionic Rare Earths. As I said, Ionic listed in the Australian market. And that's it for this edition of Blythe Ray Business News. Thanks for watching.